Okay, it is time to get back onto this long delayed welding project. Trying to get this thing, the cross beam here for the 51 Ford truck, fill in these rotted sections. You saw my beautiful first attempt at welding there. My grinder ran out of juice, so I didn't even have a chance to really grind that down. But challenges and opportunities. So you probably saw it is still honking cold, snowy, gross, disgusting January in Indiana. And I'll tell you, it's such a challenge because it just shuts everything down. It makes it so hard to do everything. So one of the things is trying to find a place where I can work is here in my garage bay. You saw I pulled the truck out. So I did go out and get a space heater, outdoor space heater. This is about the beefiest one I could find that works on 120 volt outlet. And so I've got that going in here. It's, believe it or not, a fairly warm day here. It's about 32 degrees, which makes it at least attemptable to work in here. I had this other small one here, space heater from inside, that I tried to run, but quickly learned that the circuit cannot handle running both of those at the same time. So hopefully this one here will do just the job. Do have a few new things in my arsenal to hopefully make this job go a little easier. You probably saw I was having trouble working on the ground, trying to do the cutting and stuff. So Christmas present here from wifey was I got myself a nice little folding workbench. I also got myself a vice grip and some mechanics gloves that'll protect the hands, and some more cutting discs, as I pretty well chewed through the one I had with that. So gonna see what we can do in terms of making a little more progress on this crossbeam, this welding project. All right, well, that was about 80 times easier having the vise and a workbench up high. And man, I just tore right through those compared to how it was last time. Unfortunately, the skill of the person handling the tools is the upper limit of what you're going to do. So this one turned out okay. A little bit of an area here. This one I put out for just that little area that was missing on the on the thing. This one you can clearly see that I put a slope on it. I'm trying to decide if I'll need to redo that one. Maybe not. I think this thing can be pretty forgiving with the welding. So I think that will fit in there. Okay. Might need to grind down the edges just a bit to get it to fit. That's fine. This one here, again, I think close enough. Ground down the edges, and I think I can get that into their stay. This one here, the misshapen one, yeah, I'm definitely, I don't know, I might be able to make that work. Otherwise, I guess I'll know how to cut it out again. So let me just grind these down again a bit. Something I did find out, I think I figured out why I was having such a hard time with this first one that I did, and it was just not welding easily and smoothly, is I figured out that this metal I have here, it must be aluminum, not steel. And I found that out just the hard way, which was I have the way I was going to situate this in here was I was going to use this magnet to pick this up and just sort of hold it in place there while I was doing the first couple of welds, and it wouldn't. See, no, so not ferrous metal. So I'm guessing that's aluminum. So you can see here I have a thicker gauge piece of steel, And that, of course, does the job. I thought about just switching over to this, but this is really thick. I can't remember the gauges of this, but when I got my welding metal, I have one large piece that's very thin. This that I think is about matches what's on here. And this is quite a bit thicker. So I guess I could have used this instead. Maybe I will for the next time. But I think that's 12 gauge. I'm not sure. It can't be 10 gauge. 10 gauge would be really thick. But anyway, I will see what I can do with these aluminum pieces and remember for next time. All right, here's the results. Man, I had to disconnect the heater to power the welder. Whew. Man, it really chilled up in here. But yeah, maybe a touch better than last time. So this is that first section that I did. Ground it down a bit. Here's the new little bit that I put in right there. Here's this one here. That was with the slanty piece. I had to kind of really go heavy on the weld there. And then this piece down here was a little more trouble than I was hoping. If you remember, I was trying to preserve this hole here. I'm gonna have to drill a couple of holes here and here. But yeah, I don't know. Marginal improvement in welding skills? What do you think? I don't know, maybe not quite so laughable. They got a little bit of a setup. So let's get this ground down, and then I think we're ready to probably put some primer paint on it, or some Rust-Oleum at least. All right, there is post grinding, still pretty boogery, but honestly, this is going to be underneath the wood bed when it's finished, so no one will ever see it. So it's not really important that it looked good. That's pretty bad right there. It's just supposed to be functional, and I think we are. So last step, we'll go ahead and get these primered up. I'm not going to bother with paint. I'll probably just do some old Rust-Oleum here on here. And gosh, then we're ready for next steps. Got the other two boys over here. But yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Don't know if I'm getting any better at this, but I sure have fun toying around with it.